life in Vegas? Consider life in Vegas. So is there a life in Vegas? Chill out and get a life. Watch and learn. Only on Vegas Live TV. Made in Vegas. For all things Vegas. Now you can leave home without leaving home.
Welcome to Wines du Jour. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, like normal on our regular day, but we're at one of the greatest German restaurants in Las Vegas. In fact, it is the German restaurant. If you've ever been to Munich, you have seen this beautiful building. This is an exact duplicate of the building in Munich, Germany. They make their own beer there. They ship it from Germany here to Las Vegas. And when you come in and have a nice draft beer, it's fresh and it is unbelievably tasty. Plus, the food on the menu pairs with the beers. And the good part is they tell you exactly what goes with what, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Today, we're going to have 3 different beers. They're called craft beers, and we'll talk about that during the show. And we're going to have 3 of those with 3 of the beautiful food elements that come here at this particular Hofbrahaus. That's all one word, Hofbrahaus. And I think you're going to enjoy it. You're going to get a chance, there's 2 people that run the restaurant. You're going to get a chance to meet both of them. The good thing is they really know what they're doing. And of course, if you don't think they're authentic, you'll see their German accent. That'll tell you they're from Germany. So the kitchen is unbelievable. I'm going to talk a little bit about that during the program. They have a kitchen that you've never seen anything like it before, and I'm saying that seriously as a chef, and I've not been in every restaurant in America, but I've certainly been in an awful lot, and there isn't anything like this one at all. And we'll talk about how it sets up. The dish can start in the back of the kitchen on a conveyor belt. They put the first item on it, put it on the conveyor belt, it goes to the next, the second item on it, it goes to the conveyor belt to the third item, and so on until finally it's delivered to your table. Very unique, very efficient, and very good. The good part is all the people in the back know what they're doing. And if you like German food, you're going to love it here at Hofbrahaus. So follow me. I'm going to go take you in and introduce you to one of the managers. Welcome back. You know, I mentioned just a couple moments ago that I was going to introduce you to the vice president of Hofbrahaus. He's sitting here right next to me. His name is Tony Zinger. And this is a very German name, Zinger, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, there's a lot of people named Zinger in Germany, you think?
Not so many, I think. It's not so a common name in Germany.
There you go. I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about the Hofbrahaus and the building that it's in and how it's duplicated, as I mentioned a little while ago, with the one in Munich. Tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
I came over in 2002 with my partners. We are all together 4, with the idea to build a Hofbrahaus in Las Vegas to duplicate the famous Hofbrahaus from Munich. And the groundbreaking was in February 2003, and the opening day was in end of January 2004.
All right. Well, how large a building is it? Is that a tough question? I don't remember how many square feet. It's got to be
altogether around 19,000 square feet.
Whew, 19,000 square feet. Well, I can tell you, your average supermarket is around 14 to 15,000 square feet. So this is larger than your average supermarket. Then they have a kitchen that is like nothing I have ever seen before. I came here a few years ago just after they opened and had a tour through the kitchen with the chef. And I have to tell you, I was so impressed. I mentioned a couple things about it out front when we started the show, but I'm going to ask Tony if he would tell us a little bit about how it's set up. Tell us about how unique this kitchen is and how nice it is to work back there.
Yeah, the kitchen is designed for high volume, and the main piece in the kitchen is the conveyor. We have some stations where the cooks work independently, and if the dish is done, they put the plate on the conveyor, it comes to the kitchen expediter, they put on some garnish, and then it goes to the restaurant.
Yeah, so there's still an expediter. It seems like you can't get in the restaurant business without having an expediter. They still have one here, even though they have a conveyor belt. And I can tell you, most chefs have never even heard of a conveyor belt in the kitchen, especially one like this. So if you have an opportunity to come to Las Vegas, if you don't live here, you come here to the Hofbrahaus to have a meal, maybe you can convince them to let you peek through the window and take a look at how great that kitchen is. Now they have a large menu, and they also have their own beer. I mentioned also a little earlier about the beer that they make. We're going to taste 3 beers that they make in Munich, and then they ship it over here to Las Vegas. We'll talk about each of the beers and then the food that Tony and his crew have paired with it. So you're going to be very impressed when that happens. I have to tell you, this is a wonderful place to visit. Make sure you come here. You don't know where it is? You know where Hard Rock Cafe is? It's literally straight across the street on the same corner as Hard Rock Hotel or Hard Rock Cafe. So come here for lunch or come here for dinner 7 days a week, and let me tell you, it's going to be worth the trip. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after these messages.
Trouble comes your way, the only name you need to know is Blondie's Bail Bonds. Hi, I'm Amanda Doyle, owner of Blondie's Bail Bonds. If a family member or friend goes to jail, call us immediately. Let our caring and compassionate staff help you through this process. Blondie's Bail Bonds is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We offer easy payment plans, fast and friendly service. So if trouble comes your way, Blondie's Bail Bonds can save the day.
I'm Visha Calderon, an immigration attorney. Migrating to the United States legally can be tricky and costly. My firm offers fast, professional, and cost-efficient service for you and your family members. Call us now for consultation.
Welcome back. We're going to taste our very first beer and our very first food pairing to go along with that here at Hofbrahaus. Now, this beer is a lager beer. You know, there's Pilsner and there's lager and so on and so forth. But this lager is made, as I mentioned earlier, in Munich. Now, this is a pretty good trip from Munich, Germany to Las Vegas, and in a keg. So this is keg beer, not bottled, not canned. Why? The best beer in the world comes from draft. Now, I can argue with anybody that would like to argue, if there is one, why fresh lager beer in a keg is better tasting than a bottle or a can. And let me just tell you real quick the difference. In a bottle, most bottles, as you know, come colored. usually green or brown in color. That's to keep the sunlight out, because beer and sunlight don't like each other. The same thing with heat. The other thing is, when you pull the cap off of a bottle of beer, the aromas actually escape. With draft, it doesn't work quite that way, because you pour from the bottom up, and you end up with a nice foamy head. And anybody that thinks you're getting shorted when you have a head or that white section on the top of your beer, that's an important part of the taste of the beer. Now, I'm going to ask Tony if he'd tell us a little bit. This is called the Hofbrahaus Original Lager Beer. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is our most selling beer. It has a 5.1% alcohol content. It's as I said, mentioned in brewed in Munich. It's the perfect fit to our first dish, because the sauce of this pork roast is made this lager, and it's a refreshing beer. And
Right.
it's a really good taste.
Well, beer should be served a little bit cooler than white wine. Pretty close to the same. I'll give you a couple numbers here, and it's not that easy to figure out, but we always say that red beer should be served around 60 to 65 degrees. We say that red wine should be 60 to 65 degrees. White wine should be around 50 to 55 degrees, and beer should be between 40 and 55. Some people like it a little warmer than others, and it kind of depends. If you're sitting around the pool having a glass or a mug of beer, fine. You might want it a little bit warmer, but cooler when it comes to food, because the pairing of the food's warm, and the two contrast really well. Now, they have taken and made a pork loin, roasted a pork loin with some potatoes and things. And now this pork, you call it Schweinebraten?
In German, Schweinebraten.
Okay, I told you what it was. The good thing is, it's tastier than hell, and it's very, very tender. It's a piece of pork as opposed to beef that we typically have in America. Pork is the most common meat, if you will, in Germany, but that along with fish. And let me just tell you, the way they cook it is slow roasted. It is so delicious in its taste and flavor, but it's also very, very tender. And then I don't think they have hardly any meals, maybe even including breakfast in Germany, without potatoes. They love potatoes. And potato is served with almost every dish. Is that true?
That's right.
Yeah. And the potatoes are done right too. Since they do so many of them, they're professionals at doing potatoes. You know, at home, if you're going to do potatoes like what we call boiled potatoes, what we suggest you do is to not bring the water up to a boil and just have it rapid boil. Bring it up to where it's moving around a little bit, but not at a rapid boil, and allow the potato to cook in that water for roughly around 20 minutes. It may be 21 or 22, depends on the potato, the time of the year, and make sure it's also salted. Now, the reason for that is, if you cook it with a real high temperature water, you're going to blow the potato out, and it's not good. It's going to have a starchy, not so good taste. If you cook it at a rapid boil as opposed to a real heavy boil, then you're going to get the potato cooked just perfectly. And cooking it longer doesn't necessarily help, but you want to make sure it's cooked all the way through. That's where the 20 to 22 minutes come. Make it fork tender. Pick up a fork and put it in there. If it goes in and out of the potato very easily, it's ready. If you would pour the water off, throw some butter and a little bit of parsley in with that and kind of stir it around, you're ready to get a little bit of pork in the, what is it called again?
Schweinebraten.
The Schweinebraten. The braten, I know, means that it's the pork meat, and it's worth coming to. So when you come over here to Hofbrahaus in Las Vegas, make sure you maybe try that for lunch, or come back and have some of that for dinner and try one of their other dishes for lunch, because as I mentioned earlier, the menu is pretty large and lots of choices. Also, try the different beers. We got this one. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about beer number 2 and the food that he has chosen to go along with that, to pair with that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after these messages.
I'm Visha Calderon, an immigration attorney. Migrating to the United States legally can be tricky and costly. My firm offers fast, professional, and cost-efficient service for you and your family members. Call us now for consultation.
Nevada Adult Day Healthcare Centers serve the need of the growing population of elderly and disabled Nevadans who require daily healthcare monitoring, yet prefer to live at home with their families. Through our programs, activities, and services, we cognitively stimulate, educate, and create an environment where participants are able to socialize and exercise to improve or maintain their level of functioning. Call us for a free tour of a Southern Nevada center close to your home. Nevada Adult Day Healthcare Centers.
The Las Vegas real estate market is one of the hottest markets in US. It is time for you to take advantage and profit from it. Let me use my experience and skills to get you the best deals available. Whether you are buying, selling, or renting your home, and for the best full-service real estate agent, call me, Jian Yang today. 投资赌城地产好时机，让我帮您取得市场最好的交易，给我打电话吧。
Tony Singer is my guest today. He's the vice president here at Hofbrahaus. He knows a lot about everything in this restaurant, and he has chosen for beer number 2 the Hofbräu Dunkel. Okay, now you're learning German. Dunkel. How many times have you had a Dunkel beer? Well, if you've had more than one, you're doing better than most that don't live in Germany. When you come to Las Vegas, this is the one to try. Look at the beautiful color in it. I'm going to ask Tony if he'd tell us just a little bit about the beer.
You see the nice color. The Dunkel beer tastes a little bit malty. The alcohol content is 5.5% alcohol, a little bit stronger than the lager. And it's a very classic beer. The first beer brewed in Bavaria were all Dunkel beers.
Ah, so this is a Bavarian dark beer.
Yeah.
Boy, it looks beautiful. If you don't mind, folks, I have to taste it. Wow. It's got such a nice mouthful feel to it and a very long, lingering finish to it, like we talk about in wine. It also gives you a little mustache, you know. It's just like you got milk, so you got Bavarian beer. That's a good thing. Now, with this Bavarian beer, Tony and his crew has prepared something you've probably heard of before. Well, it's tasty, and it has 3 different things to it. One, this is Spätzle.
This is Spätzle. What we make in the kitchen every day is fresh made.
It's all fresh with flour, and then there's a trick to
it's a kind of a noodle, and in a special board we make the special. We cut the special handmade,
right,
and boil them in hot water.
And they're really tasty. Now you'll notice a little dark down here. This is their gravy, is it not?
Yeah,
the gravy from the beer.
The gravy is made with this dark beer. It's the perfect fit for a goulash, and the meat is beef.
Very good. Now, you know, the Germans are individuals, like a lot of countries. So when it comes to pickles, they don't want to figure the same kind of pickles they have in France or in America. They have their own type of pickle that they do in Germany. And guess what? They've got them right here, too. So you get a nice sliced pickle, some Spätzle, and some of that beautiful gravy that goes on top of it. Can't be a bad thing. Do you like this beer? Which is one of your favorites? This one of your favorites?
This one is my favorite.
Yeah, I would think so. It is really, really good. And I want to mention something that I think is pretty important, and that is, I told you a couple times that the menu is pretty large. Well, pretty large doesn't mean pretty expensive, because the prices are very reasonable. What you get for the price you pay, it's a bargain. And I'm telling you, everything that I've seen, and I've been coming here for several years, everything that I've ever seen and tasted is worth more than you have to pay for it, if you know what I'm saying. And that's a good thing. If you like German music, do you have live music at all?
We have every night live music. We fly over the bands from Germany and from Austria.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want some real quality German music. You're not going to find that in Las Vegas, and this is the entertainment capital of the world. You can find it right here at Hofbrahaus in Las Vegas. Now, is that every night, you say?
Every night. The music starts on the weekdays at 5, on Friday, Saturday at 6.
Wow. Okay, so if you want to have a nice dinner and want to listen to some real German music, can you request songs, or they only speak German?
No, the musicians speak English, and of course the guests can request songs.
That's cool. So you can ask for your favorite German song if you can, or just listen to what they put out. They know what they're doing, and it's good. So the food is good, the beer is good, and live music at the Hofbrahaus in Las Vegas. Can't go wrong. Hang on, we've got one more beer and a pairing to go along with that, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after these messages.
I'm Visha Calderon, an immigration attorney. Migrating to the United States legally can be tricky and costly. My firm offers fast, professional, and cost-efficient service for you and your family members. Call us now for consultation.
Welcome back. Here we are, beer number 3 and food number 3. Now there's a lot to say about both of these, so we'll try to get through it. First of all, this beer is in a different glass. The other's in mugs. This is in a Pilsner glass. This has a nice, beautiful head on it. This is the way it should be served to you, incidentally. Wherever you go in America or anywhere and order a beer, a draft beer, that's the way it should come. That nice little head on the top of it, that's a very good thing. Now this is very light and very refreshing, and I'm going to ask Tony if he would tell us a little bit about this.
The wheat beer is a famous beer in Germany. As you said, it is refreshing.
Yes.
It tastes a little bit like a little bit of a lemon touch, and the yeast is a nice feature and makes the beer.
So this is actually lighter than the other beers. Is this more of a feminine beer?
No, it has the same alcohol content, but if you drink it, you feel somehow refreshed. Yeah.
So you could drink more than one and not feel like you're stuffed.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, along with this beautiful beer now, they've done something that I want you to pay particular attention to. Inside this white bowl here is a piece of white sausage. Now this is a combination of veal and pork, and it's made like, typical sausage in a casing. But here's the unique thing about it. It comes with a broth. It's laying in a broth. And to eat it, you take it out of the broth, cut the casing and remove it, and then eat the sausage with a beautiful pretzel. I know it sounds a little different, but this is the most common way to eat these sausages in Germany, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
and we call it, we eat this in Germany as a second breakfast.
Oh, a second breakfast. Well, that makes sense. That's good. Well, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to taste this sausage because I know darn good and well it's going to be good. When you mix pork and veal together, how bad can it be? So now this broth is clean, very tasty. It doesn't have a bitter taste in any way, shape, or form. It complements the sausage. But the important part is you take a little bit of the sausage and a bite of the pretzel. Now, what is this here?
This is the mustard, the sweet mustard, and we dip the white sausage in the mustard, and it's the perfect fit. This is the perfect fit.
Okay, so this is a typical German. It's not a hot mustard.
No, it's a sweet mustard, kind of sweet mustard.
Yeah, okay, kind of a sweet mustard, but it's dark as opposed to typical yellow mustard color. A lot of mustards, they have seeds in them and so on and so forth. This is all put together for you here, and it's on the sweet side. So a little bit of sausage with the broth on it, dip it in there, take a bite of that with a bite of the pretzel,
and I have to say you're probably in seventh heaven, huh?
You're right.
Pretty good thing.
100% right.
And this is considered to be a second breakfast. So there you go. If you like breakfast, Germany's the place to go, or better yet, come to the Hofbrahaus here in Las Vegas and quit. You don't have to make the trip over there, and try this. You can have bacon and eggs, and then you can have some of this too as a second breakfast. It's a great thing. And then maybe try some of that pork or some of the other dishes that they have on the menu. What kind of a price do you have on draft beer here? It's not like $20 a glass.
No. For example, this wheat beer, the half liter, cost $8.
Wow. That's about a $15 glass of beer most anywhere for $8. So there you go. Right on the corner, across from the hotel, across the street, the Hard Rock Hotel, is the Hofbrahaus, and it is a duplicate. I mean, this is a large building. You can see it for a couple blocks away. It's a duplicate of the one in Munich, Germany. So if you don't want to go to Germany to check it out, come here. It's exactly the same. Ask for Tony. He and one of his staff would be happy to answer any questions. Try to take a peek, if you will, in the kitchen, because I think if you love food and love cooking, it's a good thing to take a good look at, and then taste some of the beautiful food and the beer, whether it's for lunch or for dinner. If you come for dinner after 5 o'clock during the week, there's live music imported from Germany. These didn't come from Los Angeles, they come from Germany. And then also on the weekends, it starts a little bit later. It starts at 6, but runs a little bit later as well. So the music, the food, the beverage, how bad can it get in a German atmosphere? Something different to do while you're in Las Vegas. You know, you can do high-end gourmet food, you can do Indian food and Italian food and so on, but this is the place to do German cuisine. So try it out. It'll be something good for you. If you live in this area and haven't been here before, make doggone sure you come over and check it out. You know where the Hard Rock is, and like I say, it's right straight across the street. We've had a great time here with Tony, and the crew here are very, very nice people. This is a very clean restaurant as well, something that's very, very important. So I want to say, Tony, thank you very much for your hospitality. The food is great.
Thank you for coming in.
You bet.
Yeah, thank you.
To me, I liked the last pairing, which was the wheat beer with the bratwurst sausage. It was very unique in the way it was presented and also the way it tasted. It was something that I've never had before. And along with it came a pretzel with a sweet custard. And it was just delicious.
I'm Visha Calderon, an immigration attorney. Migrating to the United States legally can be tricky and costly. My firm offers fast, professional, and cost-efficient service for you and your family members. Call us now for consultation.
Is there a life in Vegas? Consider life in Vegas. So is there a life in Vegas? Chill out and get a life. Watch and learn. Only on Vegas Live TV. Made in Vegas. For all things Vegas. Now you can leave home without leaving home.